Why be a citizen when you can be a sovereign citizen? Deep in your heart, you know there is only one true lawgiver: you. File your common law affidavit today with Sovereign Now, because who knows when the Floyd County Sheriff's Department will come knocking about that DUI bench warrant. My sources are adamant that the government could and would use HARP to ignite the methane in these bayous. This is a real live powder keg, folks. Is an animal of broad dietary proclivities. The sea wolf remains acutely aware of anything that might constitute food. Protein caches like this one are a convenient and tasty way for sharks to increase their protein intake. The appetite of this shark is nearly insatiable. Predatory scavenger is often quite content to dine on whatever wastes fall to the ocean floor. This instantized protein makes a great between-meal supplement, giving the shark the energy she needs to put on serious mass. The bull shark is able to attain larger maximal sizes through selective feeding. Sometimes even sharks just need to dirty bone. Hunger is a driving force for the bull shark. Traveling around, we are constantly reminded of how man's intrusion has disrupted the fragile equilibrium of the marine world. A source close to the Army Corps of Engineers informs me that the group has been involved in a purposely directed Gulf depopulation program for years. Hi, my name is Westy. Recently, I produced the television nature series, Maneater. Over the course of filming, our cameras witnessed unprecedented displays of evolution, strange mutations never before observed by the human eye. When I spoke to a prominent marine biologist, she claimed it was due to Port Clovis's extreme levels of radioactivity and industrial effluent. But I couldn't shake the feeling that she was merely trying to plague me. What did she really know? And why wasn't she telling me? Then, as if the stars had all aligned, the former Q-level security specialist sat down next to me. What he told me would haunt me for the better part of a year, and lead me back to Port Clovis on a dangerous journey through dark secrets, government cover-ups, and a clandestine cabal of extraterrestrial elites single-mindedly determined to enforce their will on humankind. Come with me on a quest for the truth. Truth Quest. Judging by the bull's behavior, she smells a new creature. If it threatens her apex status, A heated confrontation is inevitable. The predator must act quickly, lest she lose the scent of her prey. The shark works the odor trail with a singular focus. Perhaps she's caught scent of Jormungandr, the world-encircling sea serpent of Norse legend. What admirable hustle! The creature has disappeared, probably whisked away by a government boat, lest we capture the beast on video. This ship is more of the otherworldly technology that Dwight Eisenhower acquired in his 1954 abduction pact with the aliens. Human and shark questers, whatever it is the shark caught scent of, the secretive Black Ops unit conspicuously called NWO has captured it. What might be their nefarious plans? There you see it. The Ishtar Gate and Processional Way are being constructed to welcome all variety of otherworldly entities to seduce and deceive mankind. The markings on this satellite suggest that it belongs to Site P, a top-secret military compound, and perhaps the home base of these NWO troops. Unfortunately, I suspect there's more where that came from. True hunters hold a deep hatred of wildlife in their hearts, none more so than the shark hunter.
Got a shark somewhere out by Painted Sail. Let's shoot at the shark. Does this smell unusual, or is that just...
These are Chinese-made rigs. If there's any catastrophic methane explosions in the near future, you can't tell me that's merely an accident. This is the Plover Island Complex, commonly referred to as Site P. Whatever bizarre and dark depravity lurks within its bowels, we're about to find out. Insectoid high priests of war won't be satisfied until the Gulf turns red with the blood of the slain. Blow by blow, the shark destroys the Mason's Temple of Infamy. Truly, this is a decadent empire in its final stage of collapse. Port Clovis is a hotbed of global elite debauchery, and the alien aggressors will defend it to the death. Folks, now might be the time to retreat to your safety bunkers. Clearly, the NWO is using some ancient builder race technology.
She's trying to intimidate us.
If only, like the shark, we too rebel against the alien threat, we can reawaken humankind and revive the Atlantean Golden Age.
I don't like this way.
Here again appear the great galleons of the global conspiratorial elite.
There's nothing wrong with my vision.
The big fish seek shelter as the NWO shock troops assemble.
Okay, this is done for now. Back to peace, sailors.
The Dark Brotherhood withdraws to revitalize themselves with, one can only guess, the ritualistic drinking. Don't be fooled by this elaborate diorama. The real horrors are buried deep underground.
Look at her!
Bull Shark is known to this satellite is but one of millions in the villainous cabal's interstellar quantum communications.
That's the one! Coming up!
is truly the ocean's garbage can. Anticipating a reprisal, the predator flees. The NWO is still in hot pursuit. The fish must be cunning, because unlike her pursuers, she doesn't have a 5,000 horsepower engine. This footage could only be captured with the best professional-grade Swedish drone cameras. Successfully evaded the New World shock troops, at least for the time being. NASA's fraudulent Apollo 11 moon landing was necessary. Otherwise, the world would have seen the domes and spires of the insectoid's lunar base, Vraxon. Scavengers of the sea are vital in cleaning the ocean floors of edible and semi-edible detritus. Anyone who has delved into the stomach contents of a shark is acutely aware that they'll eat just about anything. You can tell that this is old World War II technology, due to all the flickering. This shark is a sort of super scavenger, completely lacking in what may be called dietary discrimination. Sharks' propensity to clear the ocean of its assorted detritus is one of their most valuable functions. SWO threatens to execute Protocol 5. Our extraterrestrial overlords retaliate out of fear of exposure. Horrified at what she's already witnessed, the Predator lashes out against the Illuminist group's deceitful agenda. If there's no such thing as targeted weather warfare, then why am I occasionally inconvenienced by rain, snow, and excessive cold or heat?
Done here for now.
The Shark has successfully avoided the scythe of the murderous clique of alien conspirators. Suspected that man was part of a Chinese-led coup against the United States. shark decides to nourish herself on the local farm. For this food can't be won on an empty stomach. I started this channel 6 months ago, only to be met with personal attacks by uninformed citizens like BongLord69, who commented, "What a dumb A-word at government-suppressed free energy source, the electric breakpoint." Untapped natural energy sources. That great white was clearly in the pocket of the Mexican consulate. Insatiable fish, the bull shark is 9/10 appetite. Every year, we're sprayed with billions of pounds of toxic aerosols. That's why you've got to protect your cellular matrix with Sulfur Shield organic sulfur crystals, only from Survival. heating up the evolutionary arms race. This shark understands that she needs to eat essential minerals to stay healthy and grow. Project graduate, the Shadow Orc. Coincidentally, Shadow Orc was also the name of a CIA-funded covert op to overthrow the Grand Duke of Luxembourg. Rest assured, knowing there's never any harmful fillers or additives, just 100% porcinous milk. It's premium cardiovascular support, and it's only from Survival Life. While intellectually, I understand that adrenochrome is a byproduct of synthetic epinephrine with no practical applications. Emotionally, I understand that it's siphoned directly from children's pineal glands as the immortality drug of the Luciferian elite. Supercharged with gene-altering mutagens, the shark now has an asymmetric edge on the competition. by the atrocities unfolding before you. Block 50 users from commenting. This is just the sort of response I prepared for after dedicating myself to informing the masses about the real truth behind global events. The shark struggles to disentangle the luminous web of fabrications and untruths. The big fish must be eradicated, lest she unmask the New World Order's evil agenda. Believe that 300,000 years ago, the insectoids created humans to mine the Earth's gold. But this is absurd. They're clearly more interested in our copper reserves. The shark has taken a keen interest in an electrical transformer. The insidious forces have grown despondent, perhaps recognizing that they have but a short time left to rule. That transformer must have been powering NASA's insidious Project Bluebeam. But how did the shark know? Yes, it's time we destroy all license plates. For they are just another symbol by which the state asserts its control. As trespassing on military property could result in a 6-month prison sentence. The NWO doggedly pursues the fleeing predator. I haven't seen a fish this wily since Babe Winkleman tried to catch that pike in northwestern Ontario. The bull's olfactory center registers the sweet smell of freedom. I'm sure if she's eating my followers, she probably has a reason.